Good evening. My name is Bob Elias, and as chairman of the Associated Student Speakers Program, because I ran up the stairs, I'd like to welcome you to our 11th program of the quarter and the highlight of the school year. We're very lucky to have with us tonight the greatest comedian who ever lived, a woman who is as popular today, I think, as ever before, and I'm very glad you could all come up to see her tonight. What do you expect? It's an imitation. Before we introduce her, I'd like to tell you we have microphones set up on the sides of the auditorium. And if you could start making your way towards the microphones, before we bring Ms. West out, we'd like to have some of you ready to ask her questions when she comes out. And I will be repeating the questions, so to make sure that everybody will have heard them. Now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our guest of the year, Mae West. We have people standing with the microphones on the two sides. If you could settle down, we could begin with the questions. And as customary, as chairman of the program, I get to ask the first question. And I was just wondering, Ms. West, your most recent film, Myra Breckenridge, what did you think of Raquel Welch?
Well, I thought she was very nice. Is this working?
Make it work. Okay, let's take the first question from the left side over here. Where's the mic? Okay, let's take one here. Go ahead.
Oh, I understand that you are under heavy guard when you came in. I have a record here, a Decca, entitled The Fabulous Mae West, and I would be very honored if you could autograph it for me.
Oh, love to. Yeah.
Do you have a question? Yes, go ahead.
Yes, you wrote the film that we saw this evening, but when you worked with W.C. Fields, he took credit for some of the things that you supposedly wrote. Would you elaborate on your relationship with W.C. Fields?
Well, it wasn't too friendly, but I had a clause in my contract that if he come in intoxicated, I'd have him taken off the set. So the first 3 weeks he was fine. And then at the end of the third week he did, you know, take a little drink. And they informed me about it, and I had him taken off the set. And he didn't like that very much. So he asked if he could put in a few lines in the script, because it was my script. And I said yes. So he put in a little scene, I think you see it, it's where he's the bartender, and he's wiping off the bar, and he's talking to one or two women. If you saw the picture, you'd remember that scene. It was a cute little scene. So he put that scene in, it was about 4 pages, and then he insisted upon having his name up there with my name as co-author of the picture. Is that what you wanted to know?
Thank you.
Yes, can we have the next question? From, let's take one from here, the left side.
This way.
Go ahead. The question is, what does Ms. West think of women's liberation?
Oh, I'm for it.
Yes. Yes.
I just wanted to know, how did you discover Cary Grant?
How did I discover Cary Grant? Well, I was at the studio, Paramount, and I was ready to make my first picture. She done them wrong, and we were ready to shoot, and we didn't have a leading man. And most of the leading men were on other pictures. So they said, well, we'll have to wait 6 weeks for this leading man, and we'll have to wait 12 weeks for this man, and so many weeks for that man. And I said, gee, I said, you haven't got enough men around here. So, well, we settled on, we were going to wait 6 weeks for a certain man. So as I was walking out of the studio on the lot, I happened to look over this way, and I see this man coming along, and I said, who is this? This looks like the best looking thing in Hollywood. Who is he? So they said, oh, that's Cary Grant, but we haven't used him in the pictures yet. We just use him for test scenes. I said, well, if this guy can talk, I'll take him.
Yes, let's take another question from the right side.
Miss West, who was your most exciting leading man?
Well, I think I still like Cary Grant. I think he's still the best leading man I had for my pictures.
What do you think of Rex Reed as a leading man?
No comment.
Yes. Can we take this question here?
The what?
Why? The question was, why did you never get married?
Why did I get married?
Did you never?
Oh, I don't know. I kind of like it this way.
Do you,
Yes.
do you foresee a rebirth of the old star system?
The question was, do you foresee a rebirth of the old star system?
Oh, you mean the pictures got to change and be more like they were? Is that what you mean?
I mean, where stars and celebrities are a lot more, popular and a lot more publicity stunts.
Well, that's it. They haven't had any in the last few years, and they haven't had the type of pictures that make stars. They don't have the parts. They don't write the parts to give an actor or an actress a chance to become a star. Because the stories are, I don't know, they're a little different from what they've been. I'd have to go into each picture individually and explain perhaps why, what it could have been.
Let's take a question over here.
Miss West, would you tell us how you got your start in show business?
Well, I started at the age of 8. I went to dancing school for about 2 weeks, and then I was and then I was put into a dramatic stock company. I really came up the right way. Not that there's anything wrong coming up the hard way, but you make a lot of mistakes. But I came up sort of the right way, and the best plays and the best stories, and then I became a headliner in the Keith vaudeville, and then I was in musical comedy and reviews, and then in dramas, and then I wrote my own plays, and then out here in Hollywood I wrote my own pictures, stories.
Yes. Do we have a question over here?
Ms. West, what is your favorite picture of recent times, and what do you think of the industry today as the type of picture it usually produces?
Well, I don't care for I don't go in for nudity. I don't think it's necessary. And all this sex, it's all right, the freedom of sex, but not on films. And I think that they'll eventually get back to good, solid, substantial stories, entertainment. It's entertainment that you should have.
Yes, let's take a question from the middle here.
Ms. West, how long do you plan to continue to be in the field of entertainment?
The what?
The question was, how long do you plan to continue to be in the field of entertainment?
Well, as long as my fans and my public insist upon me doing what I'm doing.
Let's take the next question here.
Miss West, did your movies ever have to go through a lot of censorship?
Really, I brought on censorship. When I first started in my movies, that's what brought on the censorship.
I think the film you saw tonight was the forerunner of the censors. That's what gave a lot of people jobs. Could you stand up, please? And, yes, front row.
Yes, Ms. West, does your arm ever get tired sitting on your hip like that?
No, that's it. I rested on my hip.
Yes, we have a question over there.
Miss West, do you still accept dates with young gentlemen?
Oh, yes.
We have a question in the middle aisle here.
What do you do when a man doesn't call you the next morning?
Question is, what do you do when a man doesn't call you the next morning?
Well, that very seldom happens. That, in fact, that don't happen.
Yes.
I have a waiting list. That's what you mean.
How do you get on it? Yes, over here.
Miss West, I have an image of the male and the female over the last 40 years, and I'd like to know how you would like to act in a movie with John Wayne.
The what?
He has an image of a male and a female in the last 4 years, and how would you like to act in a movie with John Wayne?
Well, it'd have to be a Western, I guess. John Wayne, he's a very fine actor and a very fine man, I understand.
Yes, let's go to this side again, the left side.
Was your song styling influenced by Bessie Smith?
Could you repeat that? I couldn't hear that.
Your style of song, was it influenced by Bessie Smith any?
Bessie Smith.
Was your song style influenced?
No. I've never seen her, and I never heard her, Bessie Smith. I've heard the name. I know that she's a good entertainer. But no, I've had my own style for quite a long time. I mean, I imagine I've been born with my own style.
Let's go into the middle aisle again.
What do you think of women's liberation?
You're a little late. Let's go to the far side again.
I was just wondering if it's true that you're going to run against Reagan in the next election.
I like to stay away from politics and religion.
Yes, we've just undergone student elections here, and let's not go into politics now. I won?
I don't know.
Right.
Wait a minute. I don't know much about politics, but I do know a good party man when I see one.
Let's take a few more questions, and then we have some ceremonies to go through. Do we have a question on this side? Yes. Could you stand up? Could you speak up? It's very hard to hear you up here. The question was, what do you think the imitation Ruth Buzzy does in Laughing, right? What do you think of the imitation Ruth Buzzy does of you in Laughing?
Oh, I don't think I saw it. I saw a lot of imitations, but I think I missed that one. How do you like it? Did you like the imitation? Not as good as the real thing. The what?
Not as good as the real thing.
Oh.
Let's go into the fire aisle over there.
Is it true that you've had any ESP type experiences, and what do you think about that?
Question was, is it true that you've had ESP experiences, and what do you think of them?
Oh yes, ESP. It's very good. I mean, it's a big thing, you know, nowadays, you know.
Sure, I knew you would say that.
And I'm going to bring that. I'm going to have that man come over sometime.
Yes, we discussed with Miss West earlier that she's going to be sending us somebody, one of the best people on ESP.
He's an expert. You find a lot of people, they write about it and they talk about it, lecture about it, but they can't do it. So this man is really the great. He's the greatest. He's the great. Yeah.
He says you can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go into the middle aisle again.
Seeing that you are received so well here at UCLA.
Who's that?
Said USC. At UCLA here in the U.S.
No, I didn't say USA.
You've been so well received at USC. And seeing that you are this sweetheart of Sigma Chi, we do have a spare room, and we were wondering if you'd like to move in.
They have a spare room.
Over at the Sig House.
I'll take a rain check on that.
Yes, let's go into this aisle right here.
I understand that your play Sex is going to be revived and you're going to star in it again. Is that true, and where and when can we expect it?
Oh, the new picture? Sextet?
Well, the picture or the play?
The play.
What? Oh no, the play Sex that I had written some years ago. That isn't the same one, but this is Sextet. It's a movie star that marries for the 6th time. That makes it a sextet.
When and where? With whom?
Oh, you mean where I'm going to make it? Is he talking about the new picture? Oh yeah. Well, the new picture. Well, it's in preparation now. We haven't decided what studio we're going to.
You have all the male leads cast?
The what?
Do you have all the male leads cast?
Not all of them.
I think he's applying.
Oh.
Yes, let's go into the far aisle to the right.
Miss West, what do you think about the state of current women's fashions, particularly the mini and hot pants?
Oh, I think they're all right.
Okay, let's go into this left aisle here.
Miss West, seeing the acting of Free Love as you had it today, don't you think the theater is getting back to, you say,
could you, excuse me for
man.
interrupting you, but could you speak up? It is really difficult to hear you here.
All right. I said that seeing the way you did the sex scenes in your particular show tonight, compared with today's showing of sex, don't you feel they're coming to the point like you did then, you know? Give me a diamond, and I'm a woman, I'm waiting for you. I haven't done anything necessarily, but here I am if you want to load me down.
That's a long question. What is it?
I can't understand him.
Yeah, what is
I think he's making a speech.
All right, what is the difference between the scene that you played today of right to the point love and in today's type of right love, right now?
What's the difference between the scene that she did in I'm No Angel and the scenes being done today?
Right.
Well,
Where
I
you
think
come right to the point, you know?
Oh, I think you can go a little further today than you could when I made these pictures. See, I had the censor on my neck all the time, you know, and couldn't do, that's about as far as we could go.
All right, let's take 2 more questions, and then we have to do something. Let's take 1 more here, and the last one from the aisle here.
Yeah, Ms. West, what do you think about men in general?
Men? What do I think about them?
Yeah.
I like all men. In fact, I don't think there isn't a man that I don't like.
It sounds like Will Rogers.
I like 2 types of men, foreign and domestic.
Let's take the last question from this aisle here.
Miss West, could you tell me when is your album going to come out with the, I heard the cut of it with Great Balls of Fire. When can we expect it to be released?
Oh, well, they've been holding that. I've made the album, but they've been holding it for this new picture because a few of the songs will be in the new picture. And that's why they're holding it up. They're not letting it out. Then
Okay.
I'm about to make an album of Mae West tells bedtime stories and fairy tales.
We'd like to continue.
I'll have one about Little Red Hot Riding Hood. And Snow White and her 7 studs. And Mae West meets Mother Goose. And Rub-a-Dub-Dub, 3 fags in a tub. Oh, that's what it'll be about, anyway.
Instead of going on with more questions now, we have something very enjoyable to do. We'd like to present... Give me a break. We'd like to present Mae West with a plaque first, and could somebody bring... We have here an honorary diploma that we made, which we feel is more important than anything the Regents could give. And the diploma makes Mae West an honorary student at UCLA with all rights and privileges thereto pertaining. And if you... That's the diploma. And we also...
Yeah. Yeah, honorary.
Okay,
Woman
now we
of
are,
the century, huh?
now we have a plaque that I'd like to bring out now. Excuse me, a trophy, which we voted for Mae West, making her UCLA's Woman of the Century.
They censored me, and now I'm the woman of the century.
Thank you all very much for coming tonight. It was very, very nice. Thank you.
Love you all. Love you all. I'll bring it backstage.
We have to go. They're waiting for us now.